Ladies and gentlemen, welcome again to the Healthy Tech Talk Show. My name is Rick Haaland. I will be your host today. Let me tell you a little story and a little experiment that I'm going to be putting on YouTube on my website as well, called Healthy Tech Talk. And it's all about people living with chronic pain and what we can do collectively, or what I'm doing. I'm going to use myself as a guinea pig, as an experiment. I'm going to go on the show for 1 month. Every day I'm going to do a small video to tell you how I'm doing. I'm a diabetic, so I'll record my blood sugar. I'll record my blood pressure. I will record my pain threshold, like from 1 to 10. How are you feeling? I'll give you my activities, what I'm eating, what I'm doing to make the difference to combat pain. I know a lot of you out there suffer terribly from pain, and, there's not a lot of places you can go where you can get in quickly to a pain clinic. One of the pain clinics, the Jimmy Patterson Pain Clinic in Surrey, it's over a year wait, up to a year and a half wait. Who's got that kind of time? I've got to do something immediate right away to address my pain. I have to put together a grid work or a plan or a strategy to help me. Now I've acquired through my benefits plan a wonderful woman who is she's a pain management specialist. And what she's done is we've had our first meeting, and she has identified 6 areas in which we need to work with or work within. And what I've done is I'm going to outline those areas, and she's asked me to choose 2 areas and to focus on the areas these are the areas that I need to pay the most attention to, or probably the weakest areas in my pain management strategy. So let's go down the list, shall we? The first one is the area that we needed to take a look at, and these are in no important order relative to each other. Okay, so the first one isn't on the top of the list. First area is acceptance of condition. I used to enjoy my strength. It was nothing for my wife and I to go on a 10-mile walk, not clicks, but 10-mile walk, every Saturday and Sunday, and then post the results up on YouTube. And I missed that. So I have to remember that I used to be able to do this much. Now I can only do this much. And that's okay, because this much is only going to go up if you have a good strategy and a good plan. The second area that we've talked about is be positive, more than less. Now, I can teach you some things on being positive, but really, it's a switch in your mind. Every day when you get out of bed, you get to choose how your day goes. Your attitude is the only thing that you get to control. So that is the very first start. It's the most powerful start. You can roll out of bed and choose to be negative or choose to be positive. It takes the same amount of energy. As a matter of fact, I fibbed. It takes less energy to become positive than it does to become negative, because when you are negative, you drag all that stuff, unnecessary worry and anxiety with you, and it just sets up more pain. We've got to stop that pain threshold and deal with it on some level, right? The third one is realistic goal setting. Now remember, she's asked me to pick 2 of them that I need to work on immediately at our next meeting. The fourth one is lifestyle management, and that includes holistic. I used to teach reflexology, so I'm active in the holistic environment. And it also includes nutrition, what you're eating, self-therapy, and exercise. So self-therapy is self-help, right? Number 5 area that we talked about was a support system. What kind of a support system do you have at home or at work? If they don't know that you're in constant pain at work, and that you're dealing with it and working things out, and you have an off day or a bad day, and they've got to know, right? They have a right to know that you're in chronic pain, and you need to sit them down and say, by the way, this is my situation, and if I'm a little bit off one day or a little bit snappy, it's because of pain. Everybody has bad days, but if you're in chronic pain and you go to work, boy, that's a big burden, isn't it? And we'll talk about that in future shows as well. Number 6 is connected spiritually. So, if you have a faith, and this is where a lot of people, it makes a world of difference. If you have a faith, run to it, connect to it, go to it and embrace it, because in a lot of times, faith is directly hooked up to what? Hope, right? And we all need more hope. So I'll tell you the two areas that I need to work on immediately for this thing to get off the ground or for me to work it and have better results than I've seen in the past. The first one that I chose is acceptance of condition. I was very physical. I used to do karate and I do tai chi. I used to do tai chi 3 times a day and medical qigong. Now I can barely get through a set of medical qigong movements before the pain is almost crippling some days. So it's taken away a lot of my physical enjoyment. I was a very physically active person. I will be there again, but I know that in my case I have a trapped nerve or a pinched nerve, and I've got 3 vertebrae out of whack, and it has to do with whiplash as well. So, what was I saying? Oh yeah, when you have a trapped nerve, you can certainly push through the pain, but you're going to suffer for it. So I've really had to come to terms with what I could do before and what I have to do now in order to heal. Healing is a very, very important part, and you got to be patient with yourself. I used to be very impatient and say, well, just get it done and grab things and go and be a leader and, get out there. I've learned with this pain, you can't be impatient. The pain will actually dictate your movements, your attitude, your emotions, your happiness, your joy, to a certain level. I'm not saying that it will affect your emotions and your level of joy all the time, 100%, but I'm saying it will influence. That's a better word. So it will influence, but you get to control many aspects of that influence. So the first one I have to work on is acceptance of condition. The next one I have to work on is realistic goal settings. I could say, all right, I'm going to go back to normal activities within a month or 2 months. That might not be realistic. I have to look at the pattern. I have to look at the injury. I have to look at if I've got medical information, X-rays, CTs, MRIs, CAT scans, whatever they have been. And then I have to take a look at my pain threshold, my patterning. Then I have to get my support team behind me and say, what do you think a realistic goal would be? Sometimes if we're so close to our own situation, we may not be able to properly see or diagnose for ourselves our own timeline of returning back. Sometimes we can, but if you're a type A personality like me, you want to push, you want to drive, you want to get going, and wow, I've learned you can't do that with a pinched nerve. You have to be patient. So we're going to do a show for 30 days, starting tomorrow, August 15th. And I'm going to tell you my blood sugar levels, my blood pressure levels, my pain levels, and tell you how I'm doing, what I do to combat pain. I think it's going to be a great show. So follow along with me, folks. We'll put this on our blog on Healthy Tech Talk. And every day you'll see at the top of the blog our new entries. So I hope you enjoy the program. If you want to contact me with any information, give me an email at healthytechtalk@gmail.com, or alternatively, if you want to send me an email somewhere else, it's eFlexonics. I'll spell that for you. EFLEXONICS@gmail.com if you can't get through for whatever reason at Healthy Tech Talk. But I think this is going to be an extremely enjoyable program where I can lay some building blocks down and put a system together with professionals that'll be able to help you as well. It's just really a video diary of my actions day to day, what I'm going through. So we'll see you next show. The first show's coming up August 15th. See you then, folks. I'm excited already. Bye-bye. Take care.